Sonic, the heart of your system.
What's up guys, welcome back to another GGF video, and yes, we are taking a look at the Lian O11 Dynamic RAZER Edition. Now no doubt if you follow our channel you've probably seen the time-lapse build we did in this chassis. We went with an all-out RAZER theme. I ended up going with a green traditional RAZER theme rather than sort of the newer Chroma. I really wanted to keep it sort of stick it to that RAZER green sort of theme, and I actually think it turned out pretty good. The feedback from it has been good and everyone has seemed to like it. Now we'll jump in. I don't really cover the old features of the case, the water cooling and all that. I really just cover the new features. So let's jump in and check it out. Lian have teased us for a while now, and we even saw an early model nearly 1 year ago at Computex 2018. But now it's finally here, the Lian O11 Dynamic RAZER Edition. In this video I'll purely be covering what's new in this model rather than reviewing the whole chassis, as we've covered the O11 Dynamic in so many videos it's not funny. So you might be thinking, right, so Lian have just added RGB lighting and slapped on a RAZER logo. Well, if you are, you're sort of right. I mean, how much can they do to make it a legitimate RAZER Edition chassis while keeping in lines with RAZER's guidelines to do so? I must admit though, the way Lian has implemented the RGB in this chassis is quite impressive, and I'll cover that shortly. From an exterior perspective, the only difference you're going to notice is the etched RAZER logo in the front tempered glass panel. The neat trick with this is that once the panel is edge lit, the light travels all the way through the logo, giving off a cool effect. There's also underbody lighting similar to what you'd find in the cars in the Fast and Furious movies. The LEDs are well diffused and hidden out of sight. Moving inside the chassis, you won't find any changes in here from the standard O11 Dynamic. I kind of appreciate how Lian have kept a few changes subtle and haven't gone all out with static green logos and accents all over the place, but can also be very much themed to a RAZER setup for those die-hard fans. For my build in this chassis, I was 50-50 on either doing a Chroma RGB build or stick to RAZER green. I ended up going with the more traditional RAZER green thing, as one, I wanted to set this build apart and showcase how this case's RGB can be controlled to a specific theme, not just RGB vomit everywhere, and two, I feel there's just so many RGB builds around, it would be really hard to tell whether this was a RAZER build or just another one of those RGB builds. Now speaking of RGB control, this is where Lian has really done well. I've used RAZER themed cases in the past, and those implementations were simply done by sticking on a RAZER badge and adding a few LED strips with mode buttons for control. The RAZER O11 Dynamic has full RAZER Synapse control, and if you're not sure what that is, it's RAZER's cloud-based hardware configuration control software for all their peripherals and so on. The only thing you need to do to get this connected to your system is to plug in the internal USB header to your motherboard. The small pre-installed controller mounted in the back of the chassis does the rest. Once you've downloaded and installed Synapse, the case is detected and pops up in the software. You've got basic lighting control or their more advanced RAZER Chroma Studio. You have full control over the chassis the same as you would with one of RAZER keyboards, even single LED control out of the 86 LEDs on the chassis. And you have the ability to sync up more hardware, say something like a RAZER Huntsman Elite or a Lancehead gaming mouse. If you're a RAZER fan and have all their peripherals to create a full ecosystem, you can really have some fun playing around with their settings. Here I was able to sync my mousepad, mouse, keyboard, headset, and of course the chassis in this whole setup. Now before I cover the giveaway items, I just want to cover a few other things on this case. Now I covered the RAZER sort of Chroma, the Synapse support. Now say you have a motherboard that has its onboard RGB, so I use the ASRock Tai Chi, and the ASRock software has a feature called Chroma Kinect. Now this allows you to, in the ASRock software, you can tick that box and then that allows you to have full control of the motherboard's lighting in the RAZER Synapse software. So far I've been told that it's only ASRock and MSI that have this feature in their software that allows you to take control of your RGB in the RAZER software. Now that's pretty good, and as you can see, once you enable that, you can then see it pop up in the Synapse software, and then I can select its lighting to control it with the rest, and that's pretty sweet. Now one other thing I didn't cover was there is a new anti-sag bracket. Now I'm not sure if you can get this separately from Lian because it will support probably any case or any O11 dynamic there is. It just simply goes between two motherboard screw down points, and then it's just a little bracket underneath. Now I've got it installed now, and it is very, very stealth, very, very out of sight, which is a nice feature, and it actually works well. It's all made out of steel, and there's just no sag at all. You can't even force any sag on it, on your GPU at all, so that's nice. It'll be nice if they can sell that separately as sort of a little add-on addition for their cases. Now, another thing is price. You're probably thinking that Lian have whacked on a massive surcharge for this RAZER chassis, but they haven't really. You're looking at $40 more to get the Synapse control and the included RGB lighting. So you're looking at the standard O11 is $129 US. You're now looking at about $169.99 for the RAZER edition. Now I think that's pretty good, and that price is well justified, especially you get that neat little module at the back. You got the full Synapse control. I believe this is the first RAZER edition case from a separate manufacturer to allow the incorporation of Synapse. Others in the past have just given you a green RGB or a green strip, not even RGB, that has a button on the back that can turn it on and off. Now this is a completely whole new step up level than that. Now let's move on to the giveaway everyone's been waiting for. I'll throw it in the description. It'll simply be, as normal, a Gleam IO link. Just head to that and it'll tell you what to do. Pretty simple. What we are giving away, it is worldwide. It will be just one winner, because there's no point in someone winning a mouse, someone winning this. So it will be a complete gaming pack for one winner. We have, of course, the RAZER Landscape gaming mouse, and this is thanks to Lian. They actually supplied us this in conjunction with the case. There's also the Black Widow Tournament Edition Chroma V2. It's got the nice soft wrist rest, and also the Goliath Chroma. So pretty much everything is here is RGB, all controllable. Big shout out to Lian for throwing this in for us to give away for you guys. So yeah, just head down in the description, everything will be there. It is worldwide, and I'll probably run it for 2 or so weeks and all that, and then I'll announce it. Probably in this video, I'll put the winner up the top. I'm not sure if I'll do a whole separate video, but I'll put the winner up the top, and then I'll just send a image link of the winner being chosen and all that. But yeah, I want to thank RAZER and Lian for giving me the opportunity to test out all this. Lian for this competition and sending the case as well. I don't think they sent too many people this case to check out, so it was pretty exclusive, so I want to thank them for that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all enjoy the time-lapse build of this case, and stay tuned for next time.